In today's episode of Ancient Engineering, we are going to talk about the ancient megastructures of the past. How exactly were they built? Who built them? And what was the purpose behind making these gigantic man-made constructions? Join us as we take a look at some of the biggest mysteries of the ancient world. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. But we don't need to look back millions of years to find these mysterious constructions, because there are some right here in our own time. One of the most famous structures in the world. The Great Wall of China stretches for thousands of miles across the country. They were built as tombs for Egyptian pharaohs and are thought to have taken over 100 years to complete. It is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United Kingdom and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The lines were created by the Nazca people between 500 BC and 500 AD. The city was founded around 2500 BC and was one of the largest cities in the ancient world. Mohenjo-Daro was home to over 40,000 people and had advanced infrastructure for its time, including a sophisticated water supply system and drainage system. Sacsayhuaman is an ancient site that is located near Cusco, Peru. Whether you are interested in the pyramids of Egypt, the Nazca lines of Peru, or the Mohenjo-Daro in Pakistan, there is no denying that these ancient megastructures are truly remarkable. So if you ever get the chance to visit one of these sites, be sure to do so. You will not be disappointed. The site dates back to the Inca Empire and is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Peru. If you want to learn more about these topics, we've got plenty more videos for you to watch. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Sacsayhuaman is a series of terraces that are supported by huge stones. The stones are up to 30 feet high and weigh up to 50 tons. It is believed that the terraces were used for agricultural purposes. No one really knows how they moved or set up those stones. Some folks think the stones were moved with ramps and rollers, while others say they used a crane-like tool to lift them. Whatever the method, it is clear that a lot of effort and planning went into the construction of the Sacsayhuaman. The city was abandoned around 1900 BC for reasons that are not clear. Mohenjo-Daro is truly a remarkable archaeological site. The city's infrastructure was far ahead of its time, and the city's layout is still impressive today. Archaeologists are still trying to piece together how the city was built and how it functioned. However, the site is slowly revealing its secrets, and we are learning more about this ancient city every year. The purpose of the lines is unknown, but they are thought to have been used for religious or ceremonial purposes. The Nazca lines are truly a remarkable feat of engineering. The largest line is over 370 feet long, and the smallest lines are only a few inches wide. The lines are so large that they can only be seen properly from the air. Archaeologists believe that the Nazca people used a combination of ropes and stakes to create the lines. However, it is not clear how the lines were made. The Nazca people did not leave behind any written records, so everything is pure speculation at this point. Stonehenge is made up of a ring of standing stones, each weighing several tons. It is believed that the monument was built over a period of 1500 years, from around 3000 BC to 2000 BC. Moai are monolithic human figures that were carved by the Rapa Nui people on Easter Island. The Moai range in height from 4 to 33 feet and weigh up to 14 tons. The Moai were carved between 1250 and 1500 A. However, it is not known how the Moai were carved or how they were moved. Some believe that the Moai were carved using stone tools and then moved using a system of rollers. Others believe that the Moai were carved in place using a technique known as pictographic carving. Whatever the method, it is clear that a lot of effort and skill went into creating the Moai. The purpose of Stonehenge is unknown, but it is thought to have been used for religious or ceremonial purposes. The construction of Stonehenge is truly remarkable, especially when you consider the fact that it was built thousands of years ago. Archaeologists believe that the stones were transported from a quarry about 3 miles away. However, It is not known how the stones were moved or erected. Some believe that the stones were dragged along the ground, while others believe that they were lifted into place using a crane-like device. Whatever the method, it is clear that a lot of effort and planning went into the construction of Stonehenge. The largest pyramid, the Great Pyramid of Giza, is over 450 feet tall and contains over 2 million stone blocks. Despite their age, the pyramids are still standing strong, which is a testament to the engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing when it came to building these massive structures. There were many challenges that had to be overcome. For example, the Egyptians had to find a way to transport the massive stone blocks from the quarry to the construction site. They also needed to develop a system for lifting the blocks into place. This would have been no easy task, especially since the pyramids were built over 4,000 years ago. Despite these challenges, the Egyptians were able to build these impressive structures, and they did so without using any modern tools or technology. Instead, they relied on human ingenuity and hard work. The Egyptians were able to move the massive stones by using ramps and levers. They also developed a system for lifting the stones into place using a crane-like device known as a shaduf. While we may never know exactly how the Egyptians were able to build the pyramids, we can be sure that it was a monumental task that required a lot of planning and effort. It was built over many centuries by many different people. The oldest parts of the wall date back to the 7th century BC, and the newest sections were constructed during the Ming Dynasty, which lasted from 1368 to 1644 AD. While we know that it took many people many years to complete the wall, how exactly it was built remains a mystery. We also don't know for sure why it was built in the first place. Many believe that the wall served as a way to keep invaders out of China, but this isn't entirely true. At different points in history, the wall had different purposes. For example, during the Qin Dynasty, the wall was built to keep the people of China within its borders. However, after the Han Dynasty, the wall was no longer used for this purpose. Instead, it became a border between Chinese territory and nomadic lands to the north. The truth is that there is still so much that we don't know about the wall and how it was made. There are many theories, but not much evidence to support any of them. So for now, we will just have to wonder how exactly such a massive structure could have been built without the help of modern technology. From underground networks of tunnels to enormous stone hinges. Here are a few examples of ancient megastructures and how we think they may have really been built. We think we know how most things in our modern world got to be the way that they are. We can point to an inventor or a series of events that led to the creation of new technology, inventions, discoveries, or theories. In short, there is evidence pointing to how things came into existence. But then there are other things that are difficult to explain with the knowledge that we have today. Some of them date back to millions of years ago, when humans had not yet evolved to what we are now. Some others are ruins from long-lost civilizations that never left any records behind. And then there are even some more recent examples that seem almost impossible to believe. There are hundreds of amazing sites around the world that leave us scratching our heads as we try to figure out who built them and how. The Great Wall of China, the Pyramids of Giza. These pyramids are among the oldest and most well-known ancient structures in the world. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, England. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are a collection of over 1,000 geoglyphs that are located in southern Peru. Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo-Daro was an ancient city that is located in what is now Pakistan, Easter Island, the Sacsayhuaman. It is truly mind-boggling to think about how ancient builders were able to create such massive and complex structures without the help of modern technology. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe.